Hey everyone. Hi Taurus. Alright, anyone new to Opal Oracle, welcome. So nice to have you here. Anyone returning, hi there. Okay, I'm outside, it's really nice. The clouds actually like overcasted the sun a little, although it looks bright, but it cooled off a little bit. It was a little too hot. Okay, and something cooled off. So that's good. Excuse me, I burnt myself and it hurt so bad. Okay, let's see what you got for cards. What you want. Two of Wands. Well, you want to make a decision about something. You want something to become solid. Something's a little nebulous. What you need. Three of Pentacles. Awesome. You can do that. That's easy. What's hindering you? Four of Swords. I heard contemplation, complication. What's helping you? Scorpio. Scorpio's always helping you. Scorpio, Death card, helping. What is the overall outcome for the month, for Libra month, which is also another Venus, a fellow Venus, heavenly star sharer? We have the Eight of Pentacles. That's awesome. So we go from the 3 to the 8. That's a good jump. The overarching energy of the month, we have the Tower. Wow. You have the Hermit on the bottom. Three of Cups beneath that. Three of Swords. And then the Ace of Cups. We're going to take note of the Hermit on the bottom. Actually, I want to leave the Hermit there. But I do want looking over at the Tower, okay? But I want one more. Why this Tower? Rebirth. This is the Judgment card. Okay, another major arcana. One sec. There we go. What's on the bottom now? The Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. 1 second. Feel like I had to like put my shoulders down. Shoulders up is like protecting yourself, right? But why do we protect ourselves? Because we don't feel safe in who we are, right? This tower is ruled by Mars, okay? I always see it as Uranus also, but technically it's Mars because you have to define who it is that you are after this tower, okay? It all goes back to the Hermit, and it all goes back to September. Last September, I heard. We talked about this before. What happened 9 years ago? What happened 9 years ago, Taurus? It's only for some of you, I know, but it's important, and it just came up. That is a video that I recorded last year, so that may be something that you want to look into, okay? I also see that for those of you who are a little bit, you're not a kid, right? You're not 20, you're not 30. I see something specifically, it's only for some of you, but I know, I don't need to explain myself. What happened when you were 45? For those of you who it's relevant. What happened when you were 45? Okay? That's the overall arching energy, is what happened 9 years ago. I heard what happened, that's enough, please. What happened 9 years ago? What happened when you were 45? Okay? Now, this is very interesting. This is about waiting. This is about waiting. Okay? Let me tune in for a second. Please. Well, you want something, again, to become solid. right? I generally tend to find you pretty optimistic, right? Like, although you may be slow to move on something, because you understand the longevity of what life really is, like how much work and time needs to go into something for it to build, right? Like, how long did it take to build this tower? But the cool thing is I see that your inner child came out of that tower unscathed, okay? Which is good. Maybe part of this tower is releasing your inner child from the past. I've never viewed these cards in this way. Thank you for teaching me. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, because I know when Uranus went into your sign, for a lot of you, something happened then, right? Something significant happened then. For some of you, the tower did come. I remember it was in your reading. You know, like a major shift, major transformation, okay? It's also what's helping you is this transformation, okay? But I heard because you're slow to move, it's like there's something, I heard something about accepting where you're at and how sweet that is, okay? I sense that you're getting stronger too, but you feel like you have to finish something. Sorry, my lower back hurts. I've been sitting here for quite some time. I feel like you have to, something isn't finished, okay? Something isn't finished, and you have fire and then earth and then air. So fire and earth is a desert, air is moving that around. So it's kind of like, I sense like just sand blowing all over the place. And where is sand but in the desert? Who's in the desert? Scorpio. Interesting. I've been telling everyone, but I'm going to keep telling them and everybody until I don't have to anymore. Your opposite sign will teach you so very much. Whether it's a physical person in your other life, obviously if you're watching tarot or doing research on astrology, etc., it's like, learn from them. That is your mirror, okay? You may be different, yes, but you are the same thing in differing degrees, okay? And that's important for you to remember. You know, most people actually don't really vibe with their opposite sign that much. You know, they feel like they wouldn't even relate. It's not important. Plus, in this tarot world, we tell, you know, people say it all the time, oh, this is your sun, moon, rising. It's like, to me, that's limiting people's, and people are actually they're starting to figure it out, which I think is cool. And I don't mind that I already knew before they knew. And not to say I'm tapping myself on the shoulder, it's just the way that I'm made by the stars. I have Mercury and Scorpio. I'm always going to look deeper into something, right? And I sense that that's important for you too, okay? Like, looking deeper into something, meaning that you can make it whatever it is that you want, okay? I see that it's important, and you need to continue to work on whatever it is that you've been working on. The skills that you have, the skills that you're gaining in yourself, your own self-mastery, you know, really, I heard being shy. Interesting. Like, maybe you've worked on your shyness some. You know what I mean? Because I would say that that's something that you and Scorpio can have in common. Not that you both aren't like outward sometimes, but I sense that there's a little bit of reserve there. So, and what is being shy, but you feel shameful about something, right? You feel like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to make the wrong decision. It's Libra season 2. This is technically a Libra card. It's what hinders you. I see that you don't want to hurt anybody. Okay? But I also heard that part of that is because you don't want yourself to be hurt, but you're putting that mentality particularly on other people. It's like you're forgetting about yourself and how you feel. Okay? You have no cups here. How do you feel, Taurus? I sense that if you go into your feelings, you'll be able to suss out. Like if you asked yourself, well, how do I really feel about the situation? You're ruled by Venus. You're ruled by love, right? How do you really feel? Will help you to determine what your choice is. Okay? Because I see that you're kind of picking between two, you're trying to pick between two things. These cards all stayed on the bottom. What are they? Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, the Lord or the Emperor, the World, and Justice, Libra's card. The other one was Aries. That's also an axis. Well, for some of you, and we've talked about this a little bit, and this is only relevant to some of you, I know, but it's important. Like, some of you don't know whether to... You had an opportunity earlier, right, a couple months ago, to, like, fix your marriage if you want to. Change it, right, if you want to. Change the contracts that you have. You also have Jupiter in the 7th house, so it's like you're going to gain new things, but to gain, you must lose. This is Libra, right? We're balancing. You have to put more on one side. You got to take off less on the other side. You can't just both. You know, you can't... I heard you can't have everything. Let's see about this Two of Wands. The Hangman in reverse and the Ace of Wands. With another Scorpio card on the bottom. Again, how do you feel? You have to go deep in your feelings. You have to ask your inner child what they want. Okay? And also what they're scared of. And I heard, are you ready to let that go? I heard, I know you're afraid of failing. And that's why you're having such deep consideration about the situation. But the only reason you're not making the decision that you need to make for whatever reason is because you're afraid to fail. Okay? Like, because of whatever happened in the past. Because of whatever you've lost. Right? But whatever we lose in life, we're in Libra season again, whatever we lose, well, we lost it because we needed to. It was probably karmic. I don't know. Could be. Could be just the way the wheel goes around, right? I also see the Hangman in the reverse with the Ace of Wands means that you choose one. You end up choosing one. By December, you'll choose one. Okay? And I see that it will be very beneficial, very creative. Because I know you also rule finances and things like this, and just like your stability and whatever, money's a part of you. All the earth signs, well, you and Capricorn specifically, really have a lot to do with that. Of course, Aries and Leo too, but either way, you know, maybe you're trying to figure out what to do with your job. Well, I heard, what skills did God give you? Okay, do we talk about, no, I talked about this with Aquarius. in the Bible, when we talk about the word talent, it actually means a certain amount of silver. Okay? Silver is feminine, is ruled by the moon. So that goes back into your feelings. And it's like, whatever it is that you do financially, right? Or whatever it is that you do in your life, because maybe you're not doing the right job for some of you, right? Or maybe you want to change your job, or you want to do something where you're shifting your physical world in a way to feel more stable, feel more apt to be able to achieve what it is that you want. And progress, right? 3 to the 8, that's a good jump. And you're actually jumping through the 5, which is good. It shows me that you'll overcome your fears, right? But to overcome and to get to this 8 of Pentacles in the end, and to actually start, like, you see here, he's just doing like it's like a sketch. I mean, yes, this is permanent, but this is sort of a sketch. You know, it's like quicker. This is, now he's got like a whole structure, and he can manipulate it and make it more and more and more, right? So maybe there's something about manufacturing for some of you too, in a way of taking that skill that you have and then making more of it, right? Again, if you're doing, when we're not happy in life, it's because we're doing something against our highest good, right? Whether that's in our psyche, emotionally, physically, occupationally, relationally, whatever. You sort it out. But I want you to know that you can, and that you're progressing, okay? You will progress. But what you need is to continue to figure out, well, what am I good at? What am I good at? What makes me feel good? What is it that when I do it, other people are like, wow, you do that? Like, you do that? That's so cool. And I just go, all tingles down my head. It's like, you do that, Taurus? That's what you do? That's amazing. That's amazing that you know how to do that. Because that's the cool part about all these different zodiac signs and all these things that, you know, Neptune and Pisces, we're learning about all this stuff. It's like, it's basically just showing us, like, that everyone's good at different things. And then that's, and that makes life awesome. Right? Supposed to learn from one another. You know? This is really hindering you, though. Okay? This just sitting here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I see you have to get out of your head, and you have to get more into your feelings. Okay, look at this. Moon, feelings. Like I mentioned, 9 of Cups, so many feelings, King of Cups. Right? I see you go from inside to outside. You need to start telling people how it is that you feel. You have to tell people how you feel. You have to tell people how you feel. You can't just keep it inside. If you keep it inside, then what's happening is the help that is right behind you, the help that's like, hey, I'll help you. I'll help you, you know, I'm not going to let, then don't dismiss the help from God, from other people in your life, whatever. Also, for money situations also, just because I feel like that makes your stability in a sense, how much you possess financially can in a way, at least minutely, and I think this is for most humans because it's the world that we live in, is it determines how we feel about ourselves and whether we feel safe, loved, protected, secure, all these things. I see that you're going to progress. Okay? Venus is going in retrograde, I think, on the 5th, and it's in Scorpio, so that's pretty intense, okay? It's going to be like, what's good for me? What's not good for me? Does this suit me? Does it not? And that's probably why you have this and this, like, deep contemplation. Again, it's going to be retrograde and mostly through Scorpio, until the beginning of January. So I guess what it is like, I heard, what do you want your life to be? Right? You made it, I heard you made it out unscathed. Right? You're still alive. Now what do you want? What do you want? Think about it. Okay? But don't just think about it. Tell other folks what it is that you want. And part of what it is that you want is how it is that you feel. Okay? No one knows, Taurus, unless you tell them. I mean, yes, Scorpio, people with Scorpio in their chart, Scorpios, they can read your mind. It's your mirror, right? Other people maybe that are really close to you can kind of tell how you're feeling, but you're very good at keeping it inside. Okay? You're very good at keeping it inside what you're working out in your psyche. Okay? But the thing is, again, those who love you, truly, soulfully, they know what you're going through. I heard don't ignore them. Okay? And I heard again, don't dismiss the help that is given to you. Remember, even if a person comes across your life for 5 minutes, or they've been in your life for 15 years, whatever it is, they're all there from God as a little gift to be like, here, learn from them. They may not be here forever. So and this goes back also to what you've lost. So it's like, especially with that death card, it's like, you know, how has what you've lost in your life empowered you? Okay? That's really important for you to remember. What you have lost possession of, you or I possess, whatever you have lost possession of, some way, somehow, how does that bring you empowerment? How does it bring you confidence? Right? And know that you sharing your feelings does not mean that you're weak. Male or female, but particularly I know males, the society doesn't express that. It's like, that is so, I mean, don't be a big old crybaby, you know what I mean? Like, if you need to cry, cry, but there's a big difference. Plus, I don't think you'd wallow anyway. But it's like, just know that no one's going to judge you if you express yourself. Express yourself. Okay? I know you're worried about what your family's going to think. You know what just fell out? You're healing a lot, Taurus. You're getting yourself, I heard you're getting yourself out of the shit. Yes, you are getting your, look what I just split that to. Wow. Holy Toledo. We have Cheranos, which is the devil, and justice. Then we have the King of Swords and the Eight of Swords. I heard you feel stuck somewhere. You better tell somebody. You better tell somebody. If you don't tell somebody, then you're going to, then you're ignoring the help from God. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. You know, that Uranus in Taurus, I know, again, it was challenging for a lot of you, particularly in May. Switching up the energy too fast. You're like, what is going on? I don't know what to do. But I sense that you're becoming more settled. I sense that you're like, again, I want you to remember you came out of that situation unscathed. Okay? It wanted to teach you how strong you are on your own, outside of your family, outside of your marriage, outside of your job. And knowing that you can change all those things if you want to. If it's not suiting to you, you can change it. And those who want to be on the path for your highest good, you know, maybe you need something different. You know, I have a friend that, you know, she works a job, and just as an example, she works a job, and she actually works like 3 jobs. But one of her jobs, she doesn't want to work there anymore, but she feels like she has to have a really good reason to say that she can't work there anymore. You know what I mean? She feels obligated to it. But the thing is it doesn't suit her highest good. But she's sort of ashamed to say no because she feels like, again, obligation. She feels an obligation towards it, a responsibility towards it. But Taurus, what about the responsibility to yourself? Tu sabe, lo so. You know? You gotta think about that. You're just as important as anybody else. You know? We're all changing and learning and growing. That's the point. Not everything in this life is forever. The only thing constant is change. I don't know who said that, but it's true. Virgo know that. Alright, I love you so much. Take care. Peace.